Chef's kiss. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we completed this super smoky classic Montana glam. My focus for today's eye look was to keep everything super dark and smoky on the very outer corners of the eye and super light and bright on the inner corners. We did pretty much an entire matte look. The only thing, I guess, shimmery on my face today is my inner corner highlight, as well as the highlight that we have going on the skin. We did use a new bronzer in today's video, one that I'm very excited to share with you guys. So if you want to find out how I completed today's smoky elongated nude bronze tan glam look, then just stay tuned. It's time to do some makeup. It's time to do some makeup. Time to do some makeup. To get started with today's look, I'm going to go in with some eyebrows. I will have all my products listed down below in the description box, so if you're curious as to what brow products I use, go ahead and check that out. We're going to speed through this process really quick, and I will be right back. Okay, brows are applied. We can move on to skin. I'm so excited to put some foundation on today. Oh my goodness. So the foundation that we're going to be using for today's look is this one here by NARS. This is the NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation in the shade 2.5. I'll just pick up my little Morphe sponge here and squirt a couple pumps on the back of the sponge, and we're going to go for that full coverage look. And I just give my whole entire face a nice layer of this foundation, and this is just going to be our all over skin base. I just love this foundation so much. Every time I put it on my skin, I'm like, oh. Now I'm going to go in with a bit of concealer just to conceal those dark circles, add a nice light effect right underneath the eye. The concealer I'm using today is the ColourPop No Filter Concealer. I'm in the shade Medium 20. I'm actually almost completely out of this again. This is like the 5th time that I've ran out of this concealer, no joke. So I went ahead and placed an online order for 2 new concealers in 2 different shades, one in medium 20 and medium 22, so that I can just go back and forth depending on how deep my tan is. I'm just going to pick that Morphe sponge back up again and begin blending the concealer into the under eye area. Get that nose. Once I have my concealer and my foundation applied onto my skin, I always instantly feel worlds better. Picking up a little bit of my Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. I've got some of that powder in the cap, and we're going to use this powder to just lock our concealer in place and make sure that it doesn't move all day long. And I'm setting this concealer with my Morphe M438 tapered brush. Make everything look super smooth. And then paying special attention to the nose and right between the brows. Then picking up a fluffier brush here, whatever I have left in that cap from the Laura Mercier powder. I'm just gonna swirl this over my whole entire face. And this is gonna prepare us for the brand new bronzer that we're gonna go in with. I can't wait to show you guys what it is, and I can't wait to use it. You're actually gonna watch me apply this for the first time, so we'll see. And this Laura Mercier translucent setting powder is so soft, it's so smooth. I just love the way it feels on my skin. So now for my favorite part of today's look. I'm so excited. We're going to be using a brand new product that I have never used before. This specific product has been on my wish list for almost, I would say, 7 or 8 months, because it is a little bit of a higher end item, and I just wanted to make sure that the time was right, the funds were right, and you know, when it was meant to be, it was meant to be. So I'm very proud to introduce my new NARS Bronzy Baby Bronzer. I love her. I know the most popular shade in this bronzer is Laguna, but it looked a little bit too light for my taste, if I'm being quite honest. I love my bronze to be super bronze, so I went ahead and I chose the shade Casino. This is the packaging. It looks just like, wow. This is the bronzer and what it looks like. It has NARS engraved into the powder, so I think that's like super cool and pretty. It doesn't really smell like anything, which is nice. Let's just go ahead and put this little baby to work and see how she performs. I'm going to be using this face brush by Eco Tools. It's so much smoother than I thought. Oh, it's so good, you guys. It's so good. I'm gonna run this along the jawline. I'm so happy about my purchase, and I'm so happy. I'm so happy, that's all I can say. I'm just so happy. I have never in my life purchased a product from NARS that left me disappointed. Never. I am slowly learning and understanding that there is absolutely a reason why they are able to charge as much as they do for their products, because they're just chef's kiss. So now I'm just taking that bronzer up into the socket of my eye, along the contours of the nose to add some definition and that gorgeous false shadow effect that I love to do with my bronzers. And I can confidently say that this bronzer has far exceeded my expectations, as it looks beautiful on the skin. I love it so much. Mwah. So worth the wait. Now let's go ahead and add some glow to our bronze using this one here. This is my highlighter by Becca Cosmetics in the shade Opal. Applying it with my oh so loved highlighter brush. This is the JH32. Just gonna give that a little swirl. I like to take this up above the eyebrow as well. And this highlighter here is just gorgeous. I adore it. I love the effect that it leaves my skin. It's definitely a step that I don't like to skip. I'm gonna pop that nose as well as between the brows and a little bit on the bridge of the nose, so we kind of just do like a little exclamation point. Hit the top of that lip and that cupid's bow extra hard. Ooh, yes. And then I'll just kind of go like this with my brush to shake off any excess highlighter on the bristles, and then I'll just hit that chin very lightly because we don't want to start looking greasy. Just keep it nice and glossy and dewy and fresh. For the eye portion of today's look, I really want to do a half smoky eye, being that the inner corner of the eyes are going to be super, super light, and the outer corner of the eyes are going to be super dark, smoky, and blown out. We are going to do a little bit of a cut crease as well. The first palette that I'll be dipping into for today's eyeshadow look is this one here by Morphe. This is the 15N Night Master palette. The first shade that I want to dip into is this one here called Editorial. So I'm targeting this shade on the outer corner, and then going straight back into that 15N Night Master palette. I want to choose this cocoa-y shade here called Va Va Voom. And again, we're going to just target this on the very outer corner of the eye, right on top of that first lighter brown shade that we applied. And same thing on the other side. And then picking up a different palette here. This is the Jaclyn Hill Original Palette in collaboration with Morphe brushes. I want to choose a little bit of a smaller, denser eyeshadow brush. And we're going to pick up this black shade down here. And we don't want to be too messy with this one because We don't want to look like we have a big black eye. We just want to have a nice faded shadow effect. And I'm going to go back and forth between that smaller, denser packing brush along with the original blending brush that we used to apply the first two brown shades. This one here is my Sigma E35, and this one here is the Sigma E25. And this black is a very, very pigmented black eyeshadow, so a little bit does go a long way. I'm going to pick up here my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. This is in the shade 22N Light Neutral, and I'm picking up a concealer brush, something like this one, packing some of that concealer into our concealer brush. We're going to begin cutting the creases of our eye. Making sure not to skip this step is going to ensure that the light eyeshadow shade that we're about to go in with really pops and doesn't get lost in with the dark shades. You don't have to do this step. You could just go straight in with a light cream colored eyeshadow and skip the concealer, but I don't recommend it because this is going to also ensure that your look stays crisp and just looking fresh all day long. Now I'm going to dip back into the Night Master palette, and I'm going to choose this really nice neutral creamy shade down here called Custom. I'm just going to pack the heck out of that shade all over that concealer. Going back in with this fluffier brush here, this is the Sigma E35. I'm going to go back in with the shade Editorial, and we're just going to begin buffing those dark shades in with the light shades, so there's no sharp or harsh contrast between the two. It's going to look super buffed together, super blended, and ultimately all the colors are going to blend very seamlessly. Picking up another one of my smaller, denser packing brushes. This is the JH33 brush. I'm going to go back into the original palette by Jaclyn Hill and Morphe brushes, and I want to choose this dark chocolate cocoa shade down here. We're not going to bring this color all the way to the inner corner. I just want to keep this on the very outer edge. Switching again back over to my Sigma E25, I'm going to choose the black shade in the palette again, tapping off the excess because, like I said earlier, this color is very pigmented. A little goes a long way. We're going to tightline that in the outer corner of the eyelashes. Still making sure to keep everything on the outer corner. I'm going to pick up some of my MAC Fix Plus along with a tapered eyeshadow brush, something like this that's nice and pointed at the end. This one here is my E45 by Sigma brushes. I'm going to spritz the tips of the bristles with the Fix Plus, kind of dabbing off any excess spray, and I'm going to be picking up this really gorgeous pigment here. This pigment is by MAC Cosmetics in the shade Vanilla. I want to get some of this on the very tips of those tapered bristles, and I'm just going to swirl this pigment on the very inner corner of the eyes. And this is going to bring us a pop of light that's really just going to brighten up this whole entire look. I love that. It looks so glam, honey. Next, we're going to move in with a little bit of black eyeliner to further smoke out this smoky smokes. This is my NYX Slide-On Liner in the shade Jet Black. I want to use this eyeliner to line the upper and lower waterline of my eye. Now for the lower waterline, I'm only going to take this in about halfway. I don't want to ring this all the way to the inner corner because, like I said earlier, I want to keep this look, as much as it is smoky, we want to keep it open and elongated. Just on the very outer corner, like so. Now we're going to move in with another eyeliner, but this one here is a liquid felt tip eyeliner. This is by Benefit Cosmetics, and this is their roller eyeliner in the shade Black. We're going to use this to draw on some really big and fancy wings, and I want to keep this wing actually thicker on the outer portion of the eye and then slimmer as it goes more towards the inner corner, so we create this nice like fox eye effect. Next I have here a brand new Climax Mascara. I'm so happy. This is my favorite mascara to use. So good. I'm going to zoom you guys in really quick and we will apply one little coat of the NARS Climax Mascara. Whee! I don't even find it necessary to go in with 2 coats with this specific mascara because it does work so well just the first application around. I think it looks so good and it's so compatible with my false lashes. Off camera, I did just go ahead and apply some glue to my false lashes, so I'm going to give those a minute to dry down a bit and get a little bit tacky, and once they're ready to be applied, we will go ahead and pop on those lashes. These here are what the lashes look like. I did trim them to be a little bit on the shorter side just so that I can really target the lash application on the very outer corner of today's look. I know I've said this like 4 times now, but I want it to be elongated. For lips today, we're going to go in with one of my favorite nude lip liners. This one is by NYX Cosmetics in the shade Los Angeles. To top off the lips today, we're going to go in with this lipstick here. This is the YASH Matte Lipstick by MAC Cosmetics. To complete today's smoky makeup look, we're going to drench my skin in the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. I think we should do more. What do you think? Okay, now that's enough. I'm absolutely adoring the way this look turned out. It's so good, so glam, so bronze, so smoky. I really hope that you enjoyed spending some time with me in today's makeup look, and I can't wait to see you in my next video. Mwah! Bye guys.